Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the DJ Sessions Presents the Virtual Sessions. I'm your host Darren, and right now I'm sitting in the virtual studios in Seattle, Washington, and coming in all the way from Florence, Italy, we have none other than Remo Giugni. I hope I said that right. Did I get it right, Remo?
That was perfect. How are you
Awesome.
doing?
Well, thank you so much for being here today. I got a little bit of trouble going on with my blue screen. I need to do something about that, but don't worry about it. We're here to have some fun. Accidents happen, and we're live on the DJ sessions. So,
That's true.
getting right into things, you're with Origami Management, and you had an extensive career. I mean, 29 years in the game. What got you started into this whole DJ music creation awesomeness stuff?
Oh, that's a good question and very particular answer I will give you.
Yeah.
I'm an old dinosaurs as a DJ. I'm 43 years old and it's 29 years that I'm playing. So mainly I was, I think, 12, 13 years old. And I was used to go to birthday party of schoolmates, right?
Uh-huh.
So every time that we had a birthday party of some schoolmates, we were going to these houses, villas in Firenze, Italy, and there
Mm-hmm.
was magician, clowns. We were playing table games. We were, doing the normal entertainment for kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
But suddenly, at one birthday of a friend of mine, we arrived in his garden, his villa, and we went in a canteen that everything was setted like a club, a disco, but I didn't know. Now I know, but that was the first time I was seeing something like that. And there was, I think it was 1986, 87. There was a guy with a lot of equipment, electronic equipment, a lot of lights, these round black things that now I know they are called records that they were spinning, right? And we were hearing music. And they said, wow, wow, I was thrown literally in a new world. That was the first time I was in front of a DJ. And that was a birthday party of a friend of mine that maybe we were 12. And he gave me the biggest gift because look where I am now. So, and I was fascinated by the music, by the lights, by all these long equipment that he had in front of him with a lot of buttons and lights. And they said, wow, what is that? And imagine what was the first thing I did. Of course, I went in front of him. I stare at all the equipment. I stare at him for minutes. And then my hands, by themselves, I wasn't controlling them. My hands went on the record and I did this. I want to know how much he hated me for that. And, I stopped the music. I made, the worst thing of ever. But then I said, oh, wow, I want this. I don't know what is this, but I want it.
Uh-huh.
And after, I think, 2, 3 months was my birthday of 13, 14 years. It was my birthday. So I stalked my parents every single day. And I said, please, I don't know what is it, but buy me that, please, I need that. So I began to take information and remember that 1987, it wasn't 2025. There was no internet and nothing. So
Nope.
to discover what was a turntable, what was a record, what was a mixer, what was Technics 1200 SL. You need to walk with your legs, go and ask people, go in stores. Finally, I discovered the biggest DJ store in Florence. And I said, okay, please, to my mother and my father, buy me these. And I don't tell you how difficult it was because at that time, when you wanted something, you need to sweat for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but my parents were or so much exhausted by my request or so much kind. I think both of that. And at my birthday, they bought me 2 turntables and I had my first record and I had a mixer, I had speakers. I took days to understand how to plug everything and make it work. And finally, I was in front of a record, and I played it. and I didn't know that the job of the DJ was to make two songs go at the same speed, the BPM. It was mixing. I only knew that I had a record, I had music, and I was doing this kind of a scratch. So from that moment, this is my life. It's not a job, it's a life. I was
Did you?
fascinated
Mhm. No, I'm
and
sorry, I didn't
fall
mean to
in
cut you
love
off.
with music and records. So that was the first step.
And I take it, did you come from a musical family, or was there music in the home or anything? So that they had no
No,
understanding of, oh, what's he gonna do? He's not a musician. He's gonna play
no.
records for a living.
That would have been a big help. No, no, no. I'm
Yeah.
kidding, because my father and my mother always supported me, but my father, he was a businessman that was working in the textile industry, and my mother always worked. And then when I was born, she was a whole school housewife. So
Mhm.
she had the biggest and heaviest job of her life, grow me. And I wouldn't give that job to anybody. It's very hard.
And you started out after growing up as becoming a resident DJ in Tuscany, for the
Yes,
local
exactly.
clubs. How did
Exactly.
you experience the transition over time of going from being kind of a local resident DJ to now? I mean, you just told me you got back from Paris yesterday.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. I'm back from
it's like,
Paris.
and we were talking pre-show that you'll be in
Yeah.
Ibiza for IMS, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So going from local to touring, now take it that, granted, the United States is far, and if you took a local DJ from Seattle and they started playing in New York or Chicago
Yeah.
or Miami or LA, okay, that's about maybe the same distance as going around Europe. But the European culture to me has so much more concentrated electronic dance music,
Yeah.
that the States, it's all spread out. You only get it like in the main areas, the main top 10. I mean, it's there, it's in every state, every area. But I mean, in Europe, it's very concentrated. To build yourself up, though, to get to play at all these high level places, what's that like? What's that been like, starting from small to growing to be a
You
bigger
know,
person, and some of the accolades and people you played with as well?
I think that was the only way to be where I am, and is the only solid way, because there is really so much to speak about that. Because I began in the end of 90s with records, and now I'm playing with digital USBs, and I'm traveling not as much as I would like, because for me it's only the beginning. But I'm traveling around the world, and I see different realities, different moods, different crowds, different type of music. The thing is this, like, the passage is a slow path that you have to live it like step by step, 100%. And by the way, I'm telling you, I'm 43, so I made so many different generation dance, and so many different kind of music, so many different styles, so many different mindset about
Mhm.
clubs and about partying, because everything changed. We are living in a era that in the last 50 years we passed by the first cell phone, internet, now EA. We are the only generation that we had so many changes in the history so
Yeah.
fast, and music is the same. So when I began, before, the DJ and music was in the center of the scene, and the trend was made by the DJ and the radio. So all the old generation of teenagers, or even grown people, to know what was the music style or the main songs that was cool or they like, they had to go out, go in a club, listen. And
Yeah.
I'm so critic. This interview will be so bad, because I'm so critic. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I will be politically correct. I will try. But before, people were listening music and say, okay, I want this song. What is it? I will speak to the DJ. He will give me the name, the title, the where can I find it. Then we passed by a new generation, a new world, where technology created streaming, Spotify, online shops of music. And now there is still a good crowd of customers, of followers of music, that they are interested in music. But now everything it's easier. So happen many times that the DJ have to follow the trend. It's not the DJs that is doing the trend. So about your question, how I lived this transition and how I feel about it, easy. I adapt myself because music it's music and is the engine of what we do, DJs and producers. So we have to adapt but never give up. This is kind of a rap song now,
Uh,
but we need to find a compromise in the middle between the fans, the customers, people that go in clubs, and what is real music. Because before we were doing the trend and people were following the trend of DJs about their selection.
yeah,
Now is maybe Spotify or radio shows that they make the taste of music of the people,
yeah.
and we have a little bit to follow them, but we can follow them and then take them in another path that it's our path. That
Yeah.
makes every DJ is different from the others.
I recently saw about a month or two ago an interview with Paul Oakenfold, and he was talking about almost the exact same
I
thing of
think I
what you're
saw the
talking
same
about
interview.
there. And he said, the thing is, yes, technology is going to change, and it fits right into my next question. I love it when I talk with a guest and they don't know my questions, and
Oh
what
my
I'm going to
god.
ask right after this. But going back to the Paul Oakenfold interview, is that he said, look, here's the thing: you can't complain about the technology moving; it's gonna move. And if you don't move with it, you're going to get stuck. That goes back to that old vinyl versus CDJ versus, flash drive or computer, sync
Yeah,
button versus
exactly.
no sync button. Or now look at what AI is going to do to the game. I mean, the predictability of I can look at the future of it. I've been doing this show and been in the nightlife scene since I was 15 years old, and I just turned 51 last year or this year.
Oh, wow.
So
Cool.
so yeah, I mean, I've been watching this whole everything you're describing. Yeah, I remember
You
going
lived
out to
it.
the nightclubs,
You
and
lived
you're
it.
right. The DJ created the trend. Hang on 2 seconds. I gotta do something really
Yeah,
quick.
take your time.
I realized I left the kettle on. And we got into talking and forgot to turn it up the stove, and all the water went out of it. And I'm like, I'm gonna burn my house down during this interview.
That
Anyways,
would
like I
go
said,
viral.
anything goes
That
during the
would go
DJ
viral.
sessions shows. But no, I mean, that's the thing is watching the DJ who was the center of the stage, or it wasn't even the center of the stage, move from the booth up here, and you just danced in the club, and there were no cell phones, to then the DJ becoming center stage, and then the lights and the boom, 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 and now I saw an interview. It was it Armin van Buuren? Somebody just recently came out and said it's changed so much that even the
And
songs
fast.
you
And
had a
so
6 minute
fast.
you had a 6 minute song back then.
Oh,
Now you got
yeah.
3 minute songs, and they want the drop, the lights, the explosion. So I get it. I totally understand that, and technology moves fast. And I'm not even a DJ. I'm in film and television production, internet distribution land. And gosh, what we used to have to do to get a show on broadcast television, and then YouTube comes out, and everyone's like, "I got a television show now," and it's like, "No, you have a
No,
digital
you know what I
distribution
mean.
medium."
We
Yeah,
are on the same page. We
yeah,
are on
so
the
I know what
same
you
page.
mean, but we could go on and on and on about that. But speaking about technology and it moving fast, and in DJ producer land, and even in video production land, if you could think of something that's not on the market today, but in your vision would be really, really awesome to have, what would that be?
I don't know if it's not on the market, but this changing and this change of mainly attention about the customers, the fans. I don't know. Um, it makes that music before was for everybody, and it was a trend to be involved in social life and to have emotions in music and know what was cool.
Mhm.
Nowadays, with Spotify, in a very little part, everybody can be a DJ. You can be your own DJ. You make your own playlist and you listen what you want. But we are going to be more selective, and this is, I can say, bad, but cool in the same time, because music have to be for everybody. But if the most part want mainstream and decide their own music, they don't need to go to a DJ set, they don't need to go to a club. That's very bad to say, but this is what it is. So I think it will have more value, the underground scene, that a little part of people will know what they want and will appreciate and will give importance to experimenting. I make you an example. I'm Italian. Whenever I travel, I don't go to Italian restaurant. I have then in my country. I can cook my own pasta. Wherever I go, I want to experiment, and I'm open-minded to listen, value, and take myself be full of the experience of something different. So, the little part of customers that want to experience a real DJ set and music that's different from what they want and what they expect, they will be the crowd that DJ did deserve, and it will make the DJ set, the club, the dancing floor, everything an experience that it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But I mean, not for everybody, it doesn't mean to exclude people. Everybody's welcome. It's only about the mindset. When people want to live an experience, they are welcome.
Mhm.
When people want to do their own experience, deciding everything, they will do by themselves with Spotify. So that's why I think EI, Spotify and everything, the DJ will never die. Has a job as a artist expression. Because no machine, no computer, no software will ever change the feeling that the dance floor and the DJ exchange to each other and make it unique. So it's not for everybody.
I'm going to pause you right there. I got to go take care of that teapot once more.
Please,
I'll be
go.
right back. Well, that's a first to happen on the show. But no, you're absolutely correct on that. Is that, you know, I'm getting ready to launch what would be called an underground night here in the Seattle area. Very intimate vibe. I'm doing some new things that I am not seeing or haven't been done, or if it has been done, it's being done at a very micro level. But, you know, if anyone came to me and said, oh, Darren, is the DJ Sessions is doing a night in Seattle, or he's getting into that business and being a promoter, what are the three things that Darren's probably going to do? You can go to our website and say, well, it's probably going to incorporate this, it's probably going to incorporate this, and it's probably going to incorporate this.
Okay.
And if anyone can pull it off, it probably, I'm not trying to toot a horn, it's probably me, because I'm the one that kind of, you go, he's going to be able to put all these components together and make something happen and make something new and different and bring back. I'm not trying to be nostalgic and say, let's get back to the dance floor like it was when I was a kid going out. But there's a very easy way to do that.
I see that like an evolution, not to go back, but an evolution. And many parts of this evolution are old ones.
Yeah. And one of the things, I mean, one of the biggest things, and I've seen this crop up a lot with the bigger nightclubs. I see announcements after announcements coming out saying no cell phones on the dance floor or no cell phones in the club.
I understand. You know, the first one was Bob Sinclair. I made a reel about that because I think it was the most famous one that maybe for first said that.
Lane 8 also has, I believe, a no cell phone policy when they do shows, but I think that's going to become more custom. I was just on the phone with a DJ. They did a huge DJ producer event coordinator last night. And one of the things they said is, you know, we do big events. We want the cell phones at the events because that's free media, free publicity. It kind of almost takes away from my job of being a press person and getting press passes anymore, that everyone has a cell phone and shares it on social media. But are they really getting good coverage? You're getting somebody like this.
No, I understand. I understand.
But that's not a behind the scenes interview and sitting down with somebody, Barbara Walters style, and say, who are you? What are you with? There's still that PR component that's always going to take place. Except now that you've seen the new iPhone 7. I got mine coming tomorrow. This new iPhone 17. When you're filming like this, you can also see yourself on the other side now.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
I can't
have
wait to try out that feature. And I
no, I
know I'm
have some.
totally anti cell phone on the dance floor, but I'm gonna be at concerts being like, yeah,
Yeah, I have Samsung. That there is this option, so you can see both screen in the same way.
yeah,
Now, about that, it's one of the biggest subject in the last years. I have to say something. As you said, there is a lot of change between the past and now, and I don't want to be nostalgic, but as always, music it's life. So, like in normal life, daily life, I think balanced choice is the best. No extreme decision, no extreme situation, but a balance. Me, I'm a DJ, but if I go to apply, I buy a ticket to see Fisher, David Guetta, or James Hype. 100%, I would like to make some videos and remember that moment. But wait, some videos. I do 3 videos and then I want to listen. I want to live the experience. So, as everything, it's about um, balancing your behavior, having a good behavior. You know what I mean? Everything that is too much is not good, I think. It's my personal opinion. So, I don't deny that fans, supporters of a big DJ, they want to have a memory of that, a picture, a video. But then, what is that? It's cool to say that you went to listen James Hype, or you really want to listen James Hype? That's the question.
yeah.
So, I think everybody should behave as they feel, but if there is a universal judgment, who make some videos and then feel the experience. They are real supporters of James Hype. Who makes only video, they maybe don't even care about the music. They don't even like him. They like the idea to say to the others, I was there. And honestly, I'm not a psychologist, but this is a sad life.
Yeah,
Boom! I
no,
said that.
and
Boom.
we could have a conversation about. We could have a whole nother show just about that alone. Which I know I'm going to have you on the show in the future because we're going to talk more about that. But let's get back to talking about Remo, and
Yes.
your music and what you do. If you could describe your music in 3 words, how would you describe it?
Deep, surprising, and crazy.
And what genre do you identify with the most? That you say I fit into?
Music, it's dynamic. This is another topic that I'm very sensitive to, because to be visible in the main market, with the most famous one, we should produce and have a very unique sound that people can recognize. But I think this is contradiction in terms, because music is dynamic. I identify and answer your question in tech house music, 100%. And by the way, house music, because the line between deep house, tech house, electronic house music, main stage, it's very little. But I say tech house. But music, it's dynamic. It's dynamic for the experience that people have when they want to dance. So they have different mood. It's the same for DJs. I reveal something. Sometimes I want to produce deep house music because I want to play a very elegant and deep soundtrack for a very fancy, cool cocktail party. When I'm in the main stage of a big festival with 10,000 people, I want to produce EDM or techno because I need a very strong drop and I want to give big emotion to so many people and I want them to jump. So, tech house, but we should think that one DJ should produce more kind of music depending of his feelings, depending of the purpose of his track, and depending for who is made this track, which kind of environment, which kind of event, which kind of crowd.
Yeah, and do you when you go to produce a track, do you go with the intention of making it a popular track, or do you go in just to make it solely satisfy yourself, and the success is kind of a nice side effect?
No, of course, honestly, I want to satisfy the public because, of course, it's communication. It's
Hmm.
pointless that I shout in my room and I only hear that sound. I want to communicate and very strongly and loud to the world, but I will never take compromises about what I like. So, for example, I'm from 1982. For me, the 80s were the biggest era for everything,
Hmm.
movies, music. So I always take inspiration from that. For
Hmm.
example, one song that is called Jumanji, like the movie. I was at the cinema with my lovely wife, Natalia, and in the cinema with the Dolby Surround, when the movie begin and there is the drums of the game, Jumanji, dun, 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 dun,
Hmm.
dun, dun, I had goosebumps. And they said, okay, wait, let's do a track for that. This sound, it's amazing. So I took inspiration from the movie and I made the track Jumanji with my best friend, my is a DJ from Sweden, DJ Altego, Philip Eden, that now I say hello to him. He was my best man to my wedding, and we released that track together. I called him, I said, what do you think about Jumanji? He said, bro, it's epic. So let's make an epic song getting inspiration from that movie, for example. Or another track I made is called Dolce Vita. I'm Italian. We are living the Dolce Vita. We like to hang out with friends. We are passionate about love. We like to have an aperitivo. We like to drink wine with the family and making new friends. So why not making another track that is called Dolce Vita? So these are little examples about what I do. I take my home taste, but I try to make it sound in a way that the most kind of people can understand it. So the idea, it's my own, and I really follow my taste. But the kind of sound, of course, I follow the trend. I want to know what people like every month, every year, and the sound, the rhythm change. And honestly, I want to follow it because music it's not something individual. Music it's share. So it will be pointless if I do music with a groove that it's only in my mind, only for my personal taste. I want to share it with everybody and the most amount of people.
It's funny because you just almost led right into the next question I was going to
Oh my
ask
god,
you.
I'm reading your mind.
I
That's
know. I
cool.
love it when a guest does that.
That's cool.
It happens all the time. And when it happens, I'm like, this is awesome. Because I was going to ask you if you could give one production tip or insight to new producers out there, what would that be? And you almost just answered that question. Would
Yes,
that
but
be one of your number one tips is produce a
yeah, but
lot of
I kind of
these?
had I kind of had something because, of
Yeah.
course, my dream it would be to be really famous all worldwide, like the main 5, 10 DJs in the world. So I don't want to be hypocrite. Is it English?
Hmm. You got it
Yeah,
right.
okay, yeah, I don't know my English. So I don't want to be hypocrite, but if somebody have the receipt to make a hit to be viral, I would put 1 second my uh, communication to the public aside 1 second, because after when you are famous, everything gets easier, and then you can go back to your origins. But from the
Hmm.
other side, my suggestion is that every song, it's not just dancing, it's not just 3 minutes of viral words, viral sound, but you
Hmm.
have to communicate something because we are on a stage and this is a privilege. It doesn't matter if you are famous or not, or you have 300 people in front of you or 30,000, but we have the privilege to communicate and have a
Hmm.
special moment that we can be ourselves, communicate with people, and exchange opinions and exchange feelings. So don't waste it just to make something viral, but make songs with feelings, with a story, your story.
Absolutely, and that has to be, I think, one of the things I've heard over the years when asking people questions like this is that don't follow the trends, because by the time you want to go, I like that and I want to make that, by the time you even get up there, it's gone. The trend's gone, and now you're chasing the
Exactly.
trends rather than just
Exactly.
producing what you want to produce, what makes you feel
Exactly.
good. Find your niche, find your lane, and
Yeah.
go with that, and network in
And yeah.
that, and
And
hone in on that.
as usual, I will say a good compromise would be great.
Hmm.
And it's
Yeah.
funny that I speak about compromises because I have the biggest polarized personality. I'm so but tempered. I mean, in a good way. I will always say my opinion. I don't care about be liked by other people. But when you are an artist, you have a responsibility. So don't look on yourself, but look who you have in front. So I can say, even me, that's funny, but compromission, a balance, is a good way.
Yeah, and sometimes I ask people, how do you, again, how did you just read my mind? Because you're
I
gonna,
don't know, but
when I ask you the next question,
let's say
you're
to
gonna
all the
say,
people that are
what
listening
the
that
heck just happened? The next
we didn't
question,
speak about the question before. Let's
yeah,
say to
no,
everybody
we did
that are
not. You
listening.
do not know
We
what
did,
I'm going to ask you.
I
The
swear to my
next,
mother life.
the next question I'm going to ask you is, how do you balance your DJ career with other obligations in your life?
Okay,
I mean,
nowadays, to say that I'm a DJ and producer full time, it's something uncommon because this is another difference between the past and now. New DJs, it's kind of a hobby. They think they pretend it's a job, but it's a hobby. They have other
mhm.
life, other jobs. They earn money from other stuff. I was born, I will die as a DJ. I never had another job. I eat food with DJing since I was born. Okay, wait. Eat food. Yeah, I
Can we
drink
put that on a
wine.
T-shirt
No,
for you? I
yeah.
eat food with
No,
DJ.
and it's a lie. I drink wine with DJing. It's more realistic. No, no.
I
What
drink
what I'm
wine.
meaning? Yeah.
I like that already. I drink
No,
wine with DJ, and I
with
eat with
DJing.
DJ. We need to make a
Yeah.
whole product line off that.
I buy my own wine with DJing.
I find
No,
my
the thing is this: so many professional, and they are even amazing, but they have a second job, and I don't know which is the first or second job. I
Yeah.
I decided to be a DJ, and I feel really lucky. I swear, I feel really lucky. But
Mhm.
is all my life I'm a DJ and a producer with all the sufferings, all the bad aspect, all the um, sadness and satisfaction. It's a roller coaster. The life and the career of an artist, actors, singers, DJs. We are always judged by other people, and this is what we want. But this doesn't mean that we were born to receive that. So it's really
Mhm.
hard. But I won't change that for no other job in my life. So what I will suggest to new DJs or new aspirant DJs is that choose your path. It won't be easy, and when it's easy, you should ask yourself some questions, because now it's a time that there are so many shortcuts. But whatever we speak about, we can speak about relationship, life, love, job, everything. Nothing that it's easy will last. I don't want to speak like Buddha. I don't have the skills or the knowledge, but trust me. So make all the effort that is necessary to learn. Take knowledge, study, sweat, suffer, but build a solid career. All the shortcuts, I think they won't last. And if they will last, happy for you guys.
No, they
But
won't,
you,
because I mean, I've had to adapt to so many technologies, going back from VHS to high 8 to mini DV to digital to even going from television from public access to television to YouTube to podcast to live stream. to even now I'm looking in. I mean, a lot of things I do, I look at 10 years ahead. When I get into something, I'm doing it. There's not a lot of other people do. I was doing live streaming DJ 10 years before people thought about doing
He was a
mainstream with
pioneer.
celebrity DJs, you know, and you have to keep learning, as it draws back to that earlier conversation of that interview I saw of Oakenfold saying you have to keep adapting to new technologies, otherwise you'll get static. No. I had a friend of mine who's an attorney. Just the other day, I was talking with him about.
I studied international law.
Okay, so he's.
But I was always a DJ. I never worked as a lawyer.
I've been using a lot of AI on a certain project that I have, and without it, I'd be out tens of thousands, $15,000 probably dollars, maybe even $20,000 by now. Ooh. But by using AI, I've been able to do everything myself, be right there, professional, and I use it as a tool. I'm not using it to like create music or create art or anything. I'm using it as a tool that I believe it should be used as.
But it's always the way that we use technology. It's not the technology, the monster. It's the way
exactly.
that we use it and the knowledge that we have, the consciousness.
Yeah. And I was trying to tell him, I'm saying, look, you got to understand the use of AI. He said, I tried doing it, but it didn't work for what I wanted to do. I said, but were you using it the right way? You have to prompt it the right way. You have to tell it the right way. It isn't just like going to Google and saying, where's the best donut shop? It's you don't, if you're using it, I even saw an article that says, if you're using AI like you use Google, you're using it the wrong way.
No, of course. And by the way, you use the 1% of the potentiality.
Yes, exactly. I mean, if I'm going to, I can't talk about why I'm using it right now for my main project that I got. I call it a project. But
keep it secret. If not, somebody will steal it.
Yeah, it's not even a trademark thing. It kind of has to do with law. I'll just leave it there. But I was trying to tell them the new kids though that are coming out, they're using this in college. The new people in business that are using this, if they've been using it for the last 2 years, or they just jumped on board now and started using it, they're going to be so much further ahead than those that say, I don't like AI. I think it's Terminator. I think it's Skynet. I think it's going to destroy the world. Those are probably people that aren't technologically adapting.
We are destroying the world. The human is the main enemies of themselves. So I won't be afraid of another enemy. We are the biggest one.
Yeah.
So, of ourselves. So
yeah. You know, but you just got to keep adapting to technology in the sense of things, to make it keep going and going and going.
And there is only one thing, very easy. If me or you or some others doesn't adapt, if you don't like technology, do you think you will stop it? No. Exactly. So we will be only behind. We have to be realistic.
Yeah.
And technology, again, I say that is a monster if it's used in the wrong way. For example, this is very Italian. I'm sorry for that. But, I like to make love with my wife, right? If IE or technology will make it for me, it's the wrong way to use it. I'm a stupid, right?
Yeah. I mean, but like I was saying, you have to look at what's advanced. And sometimes you might go down a pathway, though, and that might fizzle out, and it's not the right way to go. You never know, but you've got to take that chance and move. It's just like we have a virtual reality nightclub. I was doing that 3 years ago. I'm still into VR, but I'm looking into what the AR technology is going to bring. So when you come to a show, like the glasses you're wearing, and you're at a show, you may be seeing the lights, the stage, and everything, but you put on a nice pair. I'm not knocking any of the pairs of glasses that are out now.
No, I understand.
I don't want to lose any sponsorships or get blackballed or blacklisted. But you're going to put on a pair of glasses, very easy, or even just contact lenses, and be able to see a completely virtual experience right in front of you that you can interact with and move and do stuff with. That is going to change the playing field of how we see events and how we see the world. It reminds me of the movie. It was Minority Report. When he was walking around, and they were 100%. Scanning his eyes, and then would play specific commercials that you would only hear to you. But if you didn't have the eyeballs, you wouldn't see anything. Exactly. I mean, it went off your eyeballs, but not. But I think you get the point. I'm really excited for that kind of technology and developing that to see an event space. You might just walk in and it's 4 walls, or it's an outdoor area, and you're like, "There's nothing going on here." And all of a sudden, you put on a pair of headsets. You tap in and you put your sunglasses or contact lenses in, and you're like, oh my God. And then you can see other avatars and people running around like Fortnite. I think the Daft Punk one, that Daft Punk virtual reality think they had like 12 million visitors, 12 million people in there at one time.
I bet
The
they are
Daft Punk
legends.
Fortnite.
Best.
And I haven't even gone in there yet and looked at it, but it looked like, knowing Daft Punk and the experience that they would bring to a table in a virtual environment. Imagine if you saw that in an augmented reality environment.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, but anyways, I can geek out on that all day long.
So I'm happy that again it's coming out that the key of everything is the knowledge. You can experience different things, amazing, bad, or different, but you need to know what are you experiencing and to know what is reality.
Yeah.
My worry is the new generation, and now we go, criticizing the new generation. No, this is objectively that we are, I think, the last generation of people that we live without a cell phone, without internet, without social networks. And so if we use them, and when we use them, we know what are we using, because we know the difference between reality and social, right? The new generation, not everybody, but even if it's a small part, I'm worried about that, not having a different comparison, not knowing how to skateboard in the street, play soccer in a square, they make confusion about what is real life. So the key is knowledge. You can use everything about technology, but you need to know the difference and use it in the best way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just it's like you said, using it in the best way. Of course, I was having somebody. The show is an open format, so I'll tell you a story. I was talking with somebody the other day about when the first camera was made. Somebody said, we're going to take pictures and we're going to go, here's a beautiful flower and here's a beautiful mountain range and here's a beautiful something. And then somebody said, here's a beautiful girl. Snap, snap, snap. And then, and then all of a sudden we got into film production and they said, here's a beautiful movie and here's a beautiful movie. And somebody said, here's a beautiful sex scene. I think you see where I'm getting at. That
no, yeah, of course.
The porn technology is like right there with the new mediums. Like, that's the new. Let's go. They're usually on top of it before anyone else. I don't want to try to advocate the porn industry in a sense, but not that I'm against the porn industry in any way, shape, or form.
Nobody is. Even who say that, nobody is.
Yeah, nobody is. But I mean, the thing is, you got to look at it. Is you look at what porn is adapting to, it's like kind of going to set a trend. If they're into live streaming, everyone else is going to get live stream. They're into video online.
It's like analyzing a social experiment. You know, it give us information, it give clues, it give us the trend of what society is doing and where it's going. And music is part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was working for Apple. And I remember that I was in this back. It was a worldwide developer conference meeting, I believe, or it was an internal meeting. Only Apple employees could see it, or something like that, which wouldn't be worldwide developer. Long story short, Steve Jobs was talking about the moving from IBM chips to Intel chips, and what happened there is he said on stage, and this is where my mind blew. And I know R&D, research and development, goes very far out for things, but he said, for all of you on campus, he pointed to this map and he goes, this little area right here that you thought was secret super, that everyone's talking rumors of what's going on here, this is what we've been developing, this Intel chip here for the last 5 years. So when everyone was pushing out these chipsets, and this is just a small, I'm a big Steve Jobs fan, working for the company. I used to work for the company and all that fun stuff. But, you got to look at it and go, what are these companies doing that we're not seeing, that they're making for the market? What you see today on the market, this phone was developed probably 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it hits the market as the iPhone 15. The iPhone 17, probably 7 or 8 years. They know where their scalability of where they're going with
100%. I understand.
So
I understand completely.
Even companies like Pioneer, I didn't get a chance to look into it too much. I know there was the big hoopla of the software or the device that lets you now play it on any device. It was announced at ADE. It was something really a big development. I saw it kept popping up. Everyone's talking about it. Not Auto. Oh gosh, I wish I remember the name.
Well, I always use, when I use them, I see what they do. Before I don't take information about all the devices, all the type of console.
Yeah.
The only thing, this is another topic, but the only change, the big change, but in worst, my personal opinion, the Opus Quad of Pioneer is the only one that is connected on Wi-Fi. So for this, I take away my glasses. We did not. We DJs already are used to people that ask you songs.
Oh, yes.
So, Pioneer, do you really want to connect the console and the DJ to Wi-Fi? Why you did
I
it?
never thought about it like that.
Why you did it? You want to kill us? That means that when somebody is so sorry, this is not politically correct, but when people are rude, because this is not respectful for a DJ, but they come and say, okay, play this, because people that come and say, sorry, your music is amazing, but can you please play that? The manners change everything. Trust
Yeah.
me. The way you introduce yourself to somebody change everything. But when people say, oh, play this, it's already a mess with USB records, because people are a bit wild and they pretend that you play what they want. But seriously, Pioneer and Alpha Theta, did you really want
Alpha? That's it. Alpha. That's the one.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
You are killing us. Don't do that.
Yeah,
please.
no, I never thought about it. And even looking at it from the, standpoint of a DJ that uses a laptop to DJ, you look at the person and go, you have a computer, you're connected to the internet, you can play my song if you wanted to. And you're right, that dynamic completely would change.
Think this. Think this. A DJ said, it's not like a great dinner. There is a DJ, there is a chef, right? We try to communicate with our heart to the customers. So you begin with appetizer. You don't begin the dinner with the steak or a dessert. You will burn the dinner. If I serve as a chef a steak, then you don't want crostini or pasta, because we are over. So can you imagine I go in the kitchen and I say to the chef, oh wait, this is more salt. This is more pepper. He's cooking salmon, and I ask him, oh, sorry, can you put pizza on it? So I always make this example so everybody can't fake they don't understand.
Wow.
A DJ set is a journey, is a path, is a show, is moments that mainly people paid for it. So if you paid for a show, why you want to listen what you want or the same stuff that you listen every day? You are wasting your money. I will refund you the money if you come to a DJ set of mine and you ask me to play Danza Kuduro. Sorry, Daddy Yankee, you are the best, but I will say, okay, I give you back the money. You don't need me. Go home and you listen to Spotify. So a chef or a dinner is the same. When I'm in a restaurant, I pay the bill and I'm so happy to order what I want, and it's already a huge thing. Because in my ideal world, I go in a restaurant, the chef surprised me. Imagine this. This is a new crazy concept. But I don't even want to order what I want to eat, because I can cook it in my home. I go to a great chef in India. I want to taste your food. I can tell you what I'm allergic or I don't like. This is the next level, but express yourself. If I don't like, I won't come anymore. Or I will review your job in a bad way. We are open and we are all exposed to that. But don't ask me to play this or to play that.
Yeah.
You ruin your own experience and you don't even know that.
Yeah.
This is even worse.
I can relate to that in such a huge way because I'm such a huge foodie myself.
Oh, so you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I live to go find new places to go eat. I have standards.
It's the best experience.
Cooking dinner last night. I made ribs. I made a whole picnic dinner last night for me and my friend.
Invite me for dinner, please. I love.
Oh yeah, you will love my cooking. But if you look online, I make a lot of basic dishes because I'm at home. I don't want to. If I sometimes just cook for one, I'm not going to make a big old fancy plate for just one person. I'm Italian. I cook for 6 to 10 people when I cook. That's just how I cook. I got to cook big meals. I mean, when I say 4 portions, like if I cook 4 portions, it's probably like 6 to 8 portions when I
Yeah,
make
yeah,
meat.
of course.
This is the way I gotta cook. It's just the way I gotta
It's
do it.
good.
But I'm not gonna go out and try to duplicate it like an Indian restaurant or an Ethiopian restaurant or something like that. I'm gonna go out and say I'm gonna go let them prepare it for me so I can sit down and enjoy the mood. Plus, if I go out to buy all those ingredients, it's gonna cost me $150 to make a dish, but I can go to the restaurant and get it for
Yeah,
30
so
bucks.
imagine if we tell them how to do it. We are already paying a lot of money. If we tell how
Can
to
you
do
put
it,
some?
we are
Can you do
crazy.
this? Can you do that? No.
We will be. I don't want to say that, but I didn't say that. But if I go to a chef and I pay so much money for a great dinner and I tell him how to do it, I'm stupid. Did I say stupid? No, I didn't say that. Stupid. No, sorry. We're joking about that. But even this, I think if more DJs take this out and we speak clearly about that, people will have more knowledge. Because I don't think that people are bad or people they like to bother DJs. They just don't understand. So, like we are educated, I mean, from the world, like I learned that I have to say hello when I enter a place, or I open the door to a lady, or I say thank you, please. These are normal things, but when I was born, somebody have to taught me that. If not, I didn't know. So I think now we don't have to be scared or think that we are too much rigid DJs. We need to tell people the galateo of behavior, and is even better for them because we save them to waste money. When you go in a club, when you go in a show, please read before which kind of music there is, because this can make people, okay, say, oh, he's exaggerating. No, I play house music sets, techno, tech house parties. Somebody asked me reggaeton, or vice versa, because somebody go to a tech reggaeton party and they ask techno. Please be conscious where you go. So if we give the instruments to the customers to know how to behave and to go deeper in the feelings and the mood of what is a DJ set, people will know it. Maybe I will take as a DJ the responsibility. It's not only people that, that they are selfish, they want to hear what they want. No, maybe we didn't teach them what is a DJ set. I think one of the problem, and that sounds like a joke, but they don't understand it's a real job.
Yeah.
They think there is a laptop, or I don't know, I play with the console, and they think there is the world. It's not internet. This is my selection. The biggest part of a DJ is select the music, take you in a path and surprise you with my taste. So you follow me and you come to the club, you come to the DJ set if you think you can like the music. Nobody oblige you to stay there. If you don't like it, it's the biggest judgment, and we are open for that. This is our life.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing that I think when we open up our night here, we're starting it in next year. I got to get everything in line for it over the next month and a half and do some soft openings. But the biggest thing is we're gonna do is no cell phone. We have a way that we're gonna let people still hold on to their cell phone. They'll still be able to use their cell phone, but they won't be on there. They won't be doing this.
No, exactly.
Or this,
honestly, or personally, definitely cell phones kill the vibes. I agree. If it's not used to create the vibe, because I was playing in a big square of Florence, San Lorenzo. I do it every year, like the 10th of August. But even Piazza Signoria, where there is the old palace for Carnival of Florence. When I was stimulating people, and I don't speak about in the microphone, I really want that the music speaks, so I can communicate with the music. So I put a great remix of Freddie Mercury, Bohemian Rhapsody. This is a very holy moment, right? We are going from house music, boom, 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 to mama, you know what I mean? You know what I just did? I took my phone, I switched off the light of my phone, and with my hand, I showed everybody this, with my light on. All the square use their phone, not for videos, but they lighted up all the square. I was crying. I had tears in my face. I'm too emotional, but it was amazing. So even the cell phone, it's about how you use it.
Mhm.
Again, it's not the main thing that bothered me as a DJ.
Mhm.
Make videos of me, make pictures. I think it's kind of a sign of appreciation, respect. If you make a video of me, it means I'm cool. So thank you. I don't think I'm so cool. So if you make a video of me, I love
I
you.
want videos
Seriously.
made of me. I want to be
No, no,
cool.
no. But you know what I mean. I love you if the crowd do it. But just remember that you have to dance, because the first result of music is to make your body feel it, not only your ears. Let's go
Yeah.
back about what music is. I'm a DJ. I didn't invent music. Music, it was in the first, how do you say, appearance of humans
Uh-huh.
in tribes, in prehistoric time, in medieval time, in all the eras of history. It was a manifestation of social moment, even
Yeah.
a religious moment. So mainly, why all the religions and all the rituals have music? Because it's an experience that takes your mind, your soul,
Yes.
and your body. So why you pay a ticket and you only have your ears feeling the experience? You are wasting half of the money. Make your body and dance, be free,
And
do whatever you want.
and
Don't only make videos, but keep doing them to
yeah.
have a memory of that, but
Mhm.
not all the time.
And speaking of relationships and people getting together and
Yeah.
and collaborating and working together and having an experience, you have a good relationship with Origami Management,
Oh,
which has done a
they
lot of
made
stuff
me
with you.
change in a level up that I have to be grateful forever.
Yeah, can you tell us how that relationship started?
Okay, it's very easy. I met, okay, Leandro, you won't believe, Leandro da Silva. Let's make name and surnames. Leandro da Silva and Gioia. You know, the thing, and Alessandro Molinari as well. The thing is this. I'm a fan of Leandro da Silva since I was little, and he don't believe in that. He don't want to hear that because he's very humble. But if now I put my USB in a console, look how many songs I have from him. So for me, it was a myth. And I met him in Ministry of Sound when I was DJ guest. I think the headliner was or Benny Benassi or Fid Legrand. So other big goosebumps on my skin because I was born with the vinyls, the records of them. But I see Leandro da Silva. I met him, and I began to speak to him. I think he was playing after me or before me, and then I began to go deeper in what he's doing, and I discovered that I have a great management. And imagine me, I'm not a new DJ. I mean, like I'm a dinosaurs in the industry, but look, going through their management and speaking with them, they opened my eyes in things that were so easy to understand, but until somebody don't teach you the method, I look like stupid, but for me, I was blind. I didn't understand what was the right path and the right way to try to be famous, because famous, it doesn't mean nothing. It's a path, but you can grow. And for me, fame or grow, another very unpolitically correct things, but we love it, right? So another thing is to be famous or to go in a higher level. It's not about the fame for myself. It's not about the money, but it's to be free to say no to clubs and people that use you without behaving good. You know what I mean? To use DJs like a slave. Unfortunately, every DJ that we're listening to us that are beginners, they know what does it mean to go in a not bad. There is no bad clubs. There is only bad owners. Trust me, because it's not about the or the directors, but it's not about the amount of people or the visibility. Because 30 people can give you emotions that 10,000 doesn't give you.
Yeah.
I swear to my life.
Yeah.
But you play music, and it look like they make you a favor. They don't recognize the DJ as a job. Somebody sell DJ spots. People pay to be on a stage instead of being paid. So to evolve, to be more solid, bigger, bigger or more famous, it's not about the fame for my ego. It's not about the money. It's about being free to perform where is better, where there is a better environment. Is the freedom of saying no to some situation. Because remember, I'm a real DJ. I real play live. I produce my own song, and I live for the money that I earn from DJing.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody call me on Monday, okay, I'm in a good level. There is a club that called me on Monday. Oh, come to play. I don't only look about how is the club, if it's famous, prestigious, how many people there will be. I say, this is my job. First of all, I love to perform. This is a problem, but I love to perform. Secondly, it's my job. So it's an economic responsibility. Why I should say no? If there is some criticism, some problems, but if the problems arrive after that, I don't know, it's empty, the crowd, it's not proper, they don't want to pay, we have to say these things. These are stuff that not only the beginners have, even DJs like me, can happen. Not often, thank God. If not, if I was in bankrupt, but can happen. But you discover after. So I say yes, I go to perform because I love it. It's my life. I feel alive when I have an audience, when I express myself. Mm-hmm. And then it's my job. I have to work, right? But to be famous or to arrive in a higher level, give me the freedom to say no to situation that it's better to say no. Mm-hmm. So the final point, the target, it's not money, it's not fame. But I think for every job, who think that earning a lot of money is the goal, they're missing life. The goal is freedom. When you are famous, when you are rich, and when you can say no, you have time to do what you want. And can be a free DJ set in a big square or going fishing. I love fishing. This is
it's funny you mentioned Andrea. He's actually on the show in 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Cool. So maybe you can tune in and chime in and check it out.
Mainly, Origami gave me the tips to change from being a local DJ to have all the weapons, all the shots, all the suggestion to grow. And in the last 3 years that I'm working with them, they opened my mind in a way that by myself was impossible.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to working with them.
No, but they're amazing. And sorry, the last thing that is so important, one thing that Leandro always said me, music in front. Music speaks. So I don't want to tell you how they work, but mainly production and make the best music, mass production, best release, and be solid on that is the vehicle to be bigger, to make all the world listen to you and trust in you as a DJ. He always put it in front, and I agree with him. He gave me a big gift. Music and consistency. Always be there.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to make the announcement, but I guess I'm kind of making a little bit of an announcement here. I'm kind of making little announcements of like, if you go to the site and you see who we're partnering with, if you watch our bumpers, you watch using the show, you'll see who we're partnering with. And I can't wait to, my plans are, I think I'm going to divert from Spain over to Italy in 2026 and come hang out with the Origami crew.
Please do it.
And hang out and get some good food and some good wine too.
Yeah. I will. Awesome. I will take care about the wine. Don't worry.
Is there anything else you want to let our DJ Sessions fans know about before we let you go?
The last thing, seriously, to new generation of DJs, I always say that avoid shortcuts, because now the market is full of amazing boxes but empty. In 2025, I don't deny that the music, the DJ set and the music experience can't be only music. Can be. Because we have ears, but we have eyes, we have the hands. It's a show. We artists, we have to deliver a show. But the music have to be first. If people have a big career only for the package, but you open that and it's empty, it won't last. And this is invading the market about bluffs. And it's not because it's bothering me. It's an advice for new DJs. Don't do that because you will disappear. Study hard and then make the best package for a lot of contents inside.
Exactly. No shortcuts. I mean, I remember when I first started this, it was actually the night that I actually got my first interview with Paul Oakenfold years ago.
Oh, wow.
But I was interviewing the promoter of the night. And I said, hey, did you just rise up to success in this industry and get up here and, throw in all these big shows? And somebody goes, there are no Cinderella stories in the industry. There are no Cinderella stories. I mean, if you thought somebody was overnight, you didn't see all the work they put in to get them to become an overnight sensation. It doesn't work like that. And I was like, I've always remembered that. And then later that night, I got the interview with Oakenfold, and I was like, this is kind of really cool. I like
and
this.
He's a very wise man.
Very, very, very wise. I was back in like 2005, 6 too. So like mid aughts. I don't like to say we were born in the 1900s.
No, but we have to be proud of it.
I know. Well, hey, where can people find out more information about you and what you got going on?
Well, Instagram, I publish all my new gigs and my release, SoundCloud and Spotify.
I was doing a little research and made sure I had that Instagram handle right. That's the right Instagram handle. Remo.
If somebody want, I have OnlyFans. No, I'm kidding.
Awesome. Well, Remo, thank you very much for coming on the show today. I definitely know we're going to be following up with you and the Origami crew and the labels and everything there. We're super excited to be working with your team, and we will definitely be following up with you. Yeah, we try to stay involved with everyone every 6 months, and if something new comes up, we might hit you up in 3 months and say, get back on the show. I might be over in Italy in the first part of me. I might be over in Italy the first part of in the next few months anyways. So we'll see what's going on. I hope
to meet you live, and thank you, Darren, so much for hosting me.
Absolutely. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening over there. It's not even lunchtime here yet.
Italian, it's pasta time.
Awesome. Pasta time. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Remo, for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you so much.
It's the evening.
Yeah, now it's 18 p.m. in Italy, but it's morning for you.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, don't forget to go to our website, thedjsessions.com, where you can find out all about our exclusive interviews, our live interviews, our exclusive mixes. We have over 700 news stories that get published every month. We got a new music section coming out soon, our new partnerships that we have going on, and a lot more at thedjsessions.com. I'm your host, Darren, and that's Remo Giugni. Yeah, for the DJ sessions. And remember, on the DJ sessions, the music never stops.
Never.